The tea is exceptionally good today. Who made this? Very delicious. Hold on. So starting on the 31st, a lot of y'all are going to realize that once in a blue moon is not just a saying, it's going to be a reality. And we have a full moon in Sagittarius to make that reality come to light. That's right, Cosmic Cousins. I'm giving you the tea on what this energy is going to be on this once in a blue moon, full moon in Sagittarius that we have coming up on May 31st. Now, it's really low key going to happen May 30th at like around 11 something at night or midnight. So technically it will be the 31st, but if you out Saturday night, you're going to be out with the wolves. Okay. Just know that. And we're looking at a cosmic eviction. And I know what you're saying, like, Nova, what? That's right. There are some belief systems and some things that have just got to go. Child, if there's any lies that you've been telling yourself, just know this full moon is going to call that shit out. And since this energy not only affects us on a collective level, but also on an individual level based on our rising signs, you know, I got to put y'all on so y'all know exactly what it is and what we're dealing with. But before you get too comfy cozy, you already know what to do. Go on and hit that like, go on and subscribe to your girl if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of this cosmic tea that I want to sip with you. Now let's get straight into it, because this full moon actually did not come to play with us. It actually did not. Now, when it comes to new moon and full moons, we already know what it is. New moons are about setting those intentions. Full moons is about clearing out any old stank energy that's been needing to go out. Okay. Now, because of the fact that this is the second full moon in one calendar month, this is considered to be a once in a blue moon, because stuff like this don't happen all the time. Now, honestly, this energy just kind of gives an extra little I said type of energy to it. You know what I mean? Because the first full moon was like, it was asking you politely. It was real cute about it. Like, we're releasing this into the cosmos and we're going to make room for the new and the new intentions with the new moon. And I mean, it wasn't that cutesy though, because it was a full moon in Scorpio. That should be intense. It was intense, but it was asking us to go ahead and do that big release because of the fact that we are all moving into this new life, this new earth that we have not really even seen before. I keep telling y'all that everything that we used to do is no longer. We're moving into a completely different energy field. So with that being said, we have to be optimistic. We have to be willing to look at the reality of our lives, look at the truth, the hard facts. We have to look at our belief systems. We have to look at the journeys that we're taking. We have to find our own wisdom. We have to find our own guidance, and we have to look at life in an abundant way. We got to look at what abundance looks like for us. So that means we got to dive into our Sagittarius bag, because Sagittarius is all about those things. Sagittarius is the truth seeker, the freedom lover. It's looking at the abundance and the bigger picture. It's looking at the future in an optimistic type of way. It is looking forward to that big journey. Sagittarius energy has had its bags packed. Okay. It's been ready to go. Sagittarius energy does not care about the minor details. Okay. It's very opposite of any type of like Virgo energy that's going to look at the minor details of the daily stress. Okay. No, Sagittarius is looking at the meaning behind it all. It's the explorer, the philosopher. So when you add that to that full moon, which is all about that harvest and exposure, you basically get a cosmic spotlight that shines directly on everything, even those darkest corners of your life that be hidden in plain sight. This energy is going to force you to look at what you've been settling for, just for the sake of comfort, and expose what you have been chasing for growth. And this energy is not going to lie to you. It's going to keep it so 100 with you, baby. Okay. Sagittarius energy is all about keeping it 1000. Okay. It wants to keep it real with you. It wants you to know exactly what the truth is. Now, being the sister sign of Gemini, that is the one thing that they have in common. They don't give a damn. Things are going to be said. All the things that needed to be said are going to be said. This is all about those truth bombs. And this energy really don't care about feelings or nothing. Like, it's a fire sign, and it's a mutable sign at that. Mutable signs is down for whatever. It could go any way. And we all know fire energy is very aggressive, assertive, and it's very much in your face. And seeing that this is a blue moon, it's like it's doubling down on this energy. This really is giving like final exam on a spiritual level. Then to top it all off, Jupiter, which is the ruler of Sagittarius, has been in Cancer for a whole year. So it's in its latest degrees in that Cancer energy. And we all know Cancer is ruled by the moon. So it really is doubling down on this specific energy. And it's going to shine its light and expose some things. Okay. So get ready to see a massive shedding of any type of illusions, any type of false narratives, any old belief systems. And people ain't being nice and courteous about it either, because like I said, we're talking about Sagittarius energy here. Don't be surprised if you see people walking away from jobs that they've been on for a long time, or relationships that they've been in for a long time. This energy does not do things for the sake of keeping peace. It does things for the sake of truth. This energy is going to force you to look at what you are actually dealing with. What is the real reality? Like, forget that false manifestation that you thought you was manifesting. Forget the lies that you've been telling yourself. What is real? And if what is real is not what you want, then you know you got some changing to do and you got some things to let go of in order to get there. This energy outright does not want you to play small. Stop going along to get along. This energy is literally zooming out of any type of day-to-day daily grind in order for you to see the bigger perspective. It wants you to look at everything as a whole. And because of the fact that this energy is in the moon, and like I said, Jupiter is currently in Cancer, it's looking for you to find some emotional alignment within all of this. Getting down to the root of things is the major thing. This is not just surface level, okay? What does your security look like? What does your protection look like? Overall, for you and your entire family, is there any major secrets or family lies that y'all been telling yourselves that really just need to be unrooted? Are you following the wisdom of your intuition? Like, this is the things that this full moon is asking you to really take a look at, really take an examination of it. Now, if you feel like you haven't been doing what you need to do in order to expand your life or look at the bigger picture for your life, and you just been kind of going along to get along, right now you probably are feeling a lot of the weight of this. This full moon is meant to give you that energy. Okay. So you're going to feel that. I need you to know not to feel behind though, just because you're always where you need to be when you're there. Okay. With that being said though, it doesn't take away that feeling. And that feeling is going to come along in the form of impatience, because that's what that Sagittarius energy will give. Now, everybody in their mama is going to be hypersensitive, okay? Because of the fact that we are dealing with this Cancer energy involved in all of this, I would not be surprised if we deal with some childhood wounds that come up and be brought to light, as well as some deep-seated insecurities that might be coming up, as well as some defensive triggers. So, and I'm talking about this on a collective level, of course, depending on your rising sign. Some are going to feel it a little bit more than others. So you already know, let's go on and get into it. Starting with the Aries rising, which this is falling in the 9th house for you. So this is the home house of this full moon. So this one isn't going to be an easy transit for you, but none of the transits in 2026 thus far has been an easy transit for you, unfortunately, Aries risings. Y'all have really been put to the test. But more than anything, like I said, it's just really stressed about your belief system. Things that you know or always thought to be true, you're going to find are being challenged around this time. It's time to let some of those things go, because you've gotten to a point to where you've completely outgrown it. This energy is definitely going to show you that your old world is too small to hold you at this point. So an expansion is definitely needed, and the universe is expecting you to adapt or get left behind. Now, my Taurus risings, this energy is falling in your 8th house of shared resources, debt, intimacy, with that death and rebirth energy of transformation and that deep psychological system. Now, this is the house of your sister sign. So typically where you're more focused on your own personal finance, this is the time to be looking at your shared resources and your shared investments. This is about who you invest your time in, what you invest your time in, and is it worth the investments? It's time to look at your dependencies. This moon is shining a light on not only those financial contracts, but also those intimate attachments. Now, because of the fact that we are dealing with the 8th house, we know that power as well as secrets also live here. So don't be surprised if a major secret gets illuminated during this time. Sagittarius is all about those truths. So it's going to make sure it pulls the truth out of you no matter what. Okay. Now, the universe is definitely going to be cutting its cords when it comes to toxic power dynamics, as well as any type of codependency that you've been having with anyone. And it's really going to force your hand on how you share your energy, your body, and your money. Basically, the bill is due. If your connection or anything that you have been attaching yourself to is draining your energy or your wallet, the cord has to be cut during this time. Okay, so Gemini risings, this is falling in your 7th house. So you already know this is dealing with your relationships, as well as just those business partnerships, any type of relationships that you are committed to. Also deals with any type of shared contracts. This is the house of mirrors. Now, this is a time, if you are in a relationship, where you will be looking at your relationship dynamic and see if there is any room for expansion here. Is there some unspoken truths that need to be said? Like, is there some resentment, or maybe somebody only been telling half the story? You know how that go. Either way, the masks are coming off. The secrets are coming out. Now, if the dynamic that you happen to be in right now seems to be one of a controlling dynamic, and you are not finding your freedom in that, and you are just sticking it out just because you don't want to be lonely, baby, this full moon is definitely going to shine a light on that, okay? Because a lot of y'all just putting up with stuff that y'all ain't got no business putting up with just because of the fact that you don't want to be by yourself. Now, for those Gemini risings that are single, the fact of the matter is, when it comes to any type of relationships or any type of investments that you're making into yourself, you only going to get what you actually put in. This is a time for you to start being honest about your self-love and your self-care, about how you invest in yourself. This energy is also going to force you to be honest about what you want as far as a partnership is concerned, or if you even want a partnership at this moment. I mean, either way, this energy is going to illuminate that energy, call it all out in order for you to deal with it, okay? Now, my Cancer rising, this energy is going to fall in your 6th house of daily routines, your health, your work, just your overall rhythm of life, okay? Now, Cancer risings, this energy is really going to be calling you out as far as how you maintain your health and how you maintain yourself, because of the fact that Sagittarius energy is so big and it overdoes things sometimes, because it loves to live in the laps of abundance, okay? This energy in this house can sometimes cause you to overwork. Well, the moon is going to be illuminating this area for you. It's going to be forcing you to take a look at your mental and your physical health. Is your daily routine becoming toxic and draining for you? Is it disorganized and chaotic? Fire energy burns away things in order to make it new. So this is going to be a way for you to burn away your old schedule, okay? It's time to reschedule your day-to-day and pick habits and a plan of action that is not going to be toxic and draining to you just overall. It's about working smarter and not harder, okay? Now, if you keep it up, your body going to protest on you, because it feels like already that you're already running on fumes. And I know you feel it within yourself, because the universe don't miss, okay? And it's always going to make sure it's right on time. Free up that schedule some, make sure you include some time for fun, and you'll be just fine, Cancer risings. Now, for my Leo risings, this energy falls in your home house. So you're really comfortable here. It's the 5th house of creativity, romance, pleasures, children, just your overall self-expression and how you like to shine your light on the world. Now, this energy is actually getting you prepared, because pretty soon on June 30th, come July 1st, we have Leo moving into Jupiter. So this is kind of getting you aligned with that energy, almost like a precursor of what you can expect to see when it comes to that energy. So this moon is going to really want you to really be thinking about making room for all of the things that actually bring you joy. Are you leading with passion? Because honestly, you are, as a Leo rising, supposed to be leading with passion. So this energy is calling you out to see that. This moon is going to highlight, if you've been searching for any type of superficial validation, it's going to shine a light on your situationships. If they don't value you or you ain't valuing yourself, it's going to show. It's also going to tell if you've been overindulging in just escapism. If there's any projects or any courses that you've been working on that has pretty much ran its course, go ahead and let it go. And don't be afraid to let it go. It just means something better around the corner. It's time for you to stop wasting your fire on people and things that don't match your depth. Sagittarius energy is all about expanding what is there, but it can't expand something that's already just done for. If you in a situationship and you know that that's not going nowhere, this is going to be the time where you're going to be feeling like, okay, maybe it's time for this to end. And don't be afraid to let it go either, because that just means that something better is coming along. And that's all that means. So let Jupiter spoil you with what it really wants to give you. Now, for my Virgo risings, this energy falls in the 4th house of home, family, foundations, and emotional security. Now, because the 4th house is the house of the moon, this is going to be obviously felt and a little heavy on you, okay? Now, if there are any family secrets or generational trauma that has been buried, expect that to come to light or at least be brought up. And yes, this energy gets that deep because we're talking about the waters of the 4th house here. And it's all about getting to the root of things. Now, because of the fact that the 4th house deals with homes, I would not be surprised if you have a sudden change as far as your living situation or some type of issue with the property. This could also be a time where you just have an overall desire to just go through the house and get rid of anything that you know that you're not using. I mean, I would say spring cleaning, but this is like a 2.0 version of that. You know what I mean? Just anything that gives your house a new overall aura. Anything that gives your family dynamic a new aura. Now, because of the fact that the 4th house also deals with emotional safety, do not be surprised if issues regarding your emotional safety become resurfaced, especially if it is dealing with anything regarding your family. And typically it's dealing with the maternal side, just to be real. But your family beliefs are not your beliefs. And just because that was a dynamic before does not mean that that same dynamic has to keep reseeding itself. So just know that, Virgo risings, and you will be okay. Now, my Libra risings, this energy is hitting the 3rd house. So you really going to be dropping some truths here. The 3rd house is all about communication, siblings, that local community, as well as just your mindset and how you think. Now, I'm pretty sure your mind is probably going 100 miles per hour and your throat chakra has been on fire. Okay. This moon is going to definitely highlight where you've been biting your tongue and playing nice. And it's going to require you to really speak up for yourself. Sagittarius energy does not hold its tongue and it doesn't mince its words. And this is going to be a time where you're probably not going to either. Now, the universe is also going to call you out about any type of gossiping, or if you just been overthinking, this energy will bring that up for you. Now, whether this is just involving your local community or it's really involving your siblings or just your overall projects or anything that you've been working on, you are being forced to expand in this area. So there are some things that you're going to have to clear out of this area. And one of the things that the universe wants you to stop doing is sugarcoating things. That definitely needs to be cleared out, okay? A lot of times you'll do things that keep other people comfortable. However, it distracts or disturbs your comfort. And the universe is like, no, we're not doing that no more, okay? Clear the air, let the chips fall where they may. If people don't like it, then they just don't like it. It is what it is. And because of the fact this deals with your immediate social circle, it is what it is. Just say what you need to say, okay? Now, for my Scorpio risings, this falls in your 2nd house of finances, self-worth, and personal value. Now, the universe is really wanting to expand your bank account, Scorpio risings, but it really needs you to let go of that old value system, okay? It's actually not working for you at this point in time. And it's getting to a point where the universe is saying, okay, now you're mismanaging your money. Now you're mismanaging your value. And this moon just needs a correction, okay? Now, I would not be surprised if an actual income stream could abruptly change, or you have a major financial chapter that is closing out for you. Either way, the universe is letting you know that real security cannot be bought, and the real idea of value is not based on the things that you have around you, but based on who you are overall as a person. You got to change your mindset of what you deem is actually being worthy. Now, keep in mind, this is not about accepting less. I'm not telling you to be broke. No, we don't do that here, okay? What I'm telling you is that the universe is telling you to want more. Stop accepting less than what you're worth and be honest about what your worth is. Claim your value. And if you have to lose some assets along the way just to prove your point, then yeah, do so. Now, for my Sagittarius risings, you already know you're going to feel this because you are the star of this once in a blue moon opportunity, because this is falling in your 1st house. Now, the 1st house, of course, is the identity. It's the house of self. It's the physical body. It's also about those new beginnings. Now, you already know what this energy is about. You live here, okay? This is your energy. But because of the fact that the moon is in effect with this, it does have a little bit of different swing to it, okay? Now, with that being said, you might find your total identity just going through a complete renovation or even just dying out. I mean, it's kind of giving Phoenix energy where you're going into the fire and you're coming out anew. a rebirth in how you identify yourself and expanding how you think about yourself. The universe is basically calling you out. If you've been wearing a mask in situations that don't fit you, or you've been lying to yourself about who you are, the universe is basically stripping that away. It damn sure ain't playing with you. It's letting you know you are perfect the way that you are authentically. But you got to be willing to stand in your unfiltered truth. You can't be sitting around faking the funk, okay? This moon is honestly giving you the permission to burn down that old version of you and just go ahead and recreate and give birth to that new version of you. This version of you that you've already been seeing, that you've already been manifesting. This is just a time where you start being who you were supposed to be and not who you think others want you to be. Now, for my Cap risings, this energy is falling in your 12th house. And we already know that 12th house is the house of the subconscious, those things that are hidden, those karmic endings, as well as the spirituality, your spirit, those dreams and illusions. Okay. Now, that closet door done flung open, and there's probably all kinds of secrets and different things falling up out of there, okay? The universe needs to do a psychological purge on you, as well as you might feel yourself closing out on an epic spiritual journey that you've been on. But you already know once you close out one, you're just going to begin another one. Now, because the 12th house also deals with self-sabotage, this energy will highlight for you where you have been self-sabotaging yourself, because this does deal with the hidden enemies. And you know what I say when it comes to the hidden enemies. The hidden enemies is nothing more than the hidden inner me's, okay? Now, with that being said, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. And when we do meet enemies in the flesh, it's typically the universe's way of going outside of ourselves to show us things internally that we need to work on. Honestly, that's what it is. Now, that 12th house energy also deals with confinement. And being that you are a Capricorn rising, and Capricorn energy is led by Saturn, of course, and Saturn restricts things. This Sagittarius energy is going to be requiring you to break free of some of those self-inflicted, institutionalized habits that you have that are literally keeping you stuck. Now, because Sagittarius energy also deals with wisdom, I would not be surprised if you have some dreams that give you some wisdom and knowledge. So I would definitely, of course, make sure you have a dream journal. I advise everybody to have a dream journal anyway, because your dreams always carry messages. Science done already proved that we be living different lives when we be in our dreams. So I would definitely keep record, because I feel like all of those things line up together with the life that we are currently walking in this one. With that being said, there's also a call to action when it comes to your mental health, and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Stop numbing your pain or just going through just to get along. And because of the fact that you are so used to working hard and pushing through, you can tend to sometimes ignore that. And this energy will not allow you to do that anymore. So please just go ahead and make sure that you are taking a look at that that side of you, because, you know, the universe will make sure that it does that for you if you don't. So make sure that you are getting your rest, let go of those old ghosts, and stop self-sabotaging by painting yourself in a corner and putting yourself in a box. Okay. Now, for my Aquarius risings, this energy falls in your home house of the 11th house. Now, the 11th house deals with your friendships, your network, your long-term goals, as well as the collective group. It also deals with your uniqueness and that rebel spirit that lives in us all, okay? Now, with that being said, your social circle is getting a massive edit. Now, because Aquarius energy deals with electricity and different things like that, it also deals with things online and the internet. You might even find yourself going into different chat rooms than what you would typically go into, okay? This is the time where you want to start expanding your mind and changing your algorithm, as well as the people who you have around you in your immediate day-to-day. Now, if they are not on the same page when it comes to your philosophies and just where you're going as far as the direction in your life overall, you might find yourself go ahead and wanting to let them people go. I would not be surprised if you have some sudden fallouts within your friend group, or you find out that you done had some betrayals going on behind your back. Sagittarius energy is going to give us the unadulterated truth, okay? Now, I would also not be surprised if you have a few aha moments when it comes to your overall belief system. It is definitely time to change up that algorithm so you can celebrate that version of you that's an expanded version of you, and have individuals around you that represent that, and not have individuals that are around you that want to shrink you. You want people that's going to help you expand and want to see you grow. Just don't come around here trying to shrink those goals or trying to shrink yourself, your unique self at that, in order to fit in the box and what you feel like others want you to be and what they want to see. Now, for my Pisces risings, this energy falls in your 10th house, which deals with your career, your public status, as well as your legacy and your authority, your respect out here in these streets, as well as some of your karmic energy. Now, Pisces risings, I already know you are feeling like your job is not allowing you to expand the way that you need it to. And if it's not going to allow you to grow, it's time to let it go. Now, of course, I would never advise you to leave your job if you do not have another one, okay? This is not the economy to be playing around in, all right? And the last thing that I would want you to say is that Nova told you to do that, okay? That is not by any means what I am saying. What I am saying is there is something that is out there for you that is going to help you get to that expanded version of you. And if this current career path or whatever you're doing is not leading you to the expanded version of you or the expanded wallet that you need, then you need to be coming up with a plan of action on what you need to do. Okay. This Sagittarius energy is not allowing any of us to play it small, and it's not recommending that we settle. Now, I'm just calling the energy out. This is something that you've already been feeling anyway, and I'm telling you why. And the reason why is because the universe is telling you, hey, you might be outgrowing this if you don't see any type of future in it. This is all about building for the long term. Do you see this as a long term? Are you building into something that will be available for you in the future? And if you're not sure if it's going to be available for you in the future, then you already know you're wasting your time, and you need to start looking at what will start building towards your future and what will allow you to be your expanded version of yourself and what will give you the finances to allow that life expansion that you're looking for. I say it all the time, Sagittarius energy is greedy and it likes stuff, okay? And it just doesn't like things. It likes nice things. It just doesn't want you faking the alignment. It wants you to make sure that you are doing exactly what you want to do so that all those major doors are opening for you and you are building into that legacy. Now, I say all the time that Sagittarius energy really likes to spoil us. And that is true, but it's going to tell us the truth, okay? It's going to be blunt about it. And it needs to give us the real because of the fact that this energy is like, do you want it or not? Do you want all this goodness, or do you want to keep playing around? So you got to figure it out what you want. Now, with that being said, of course, y'all already know I do not come with any of these moon videos, and I ain't gave y'all a journal prompt or an affirmation. So go ahead and get your pen and pads because here we go. Starting with a journal prompt number 1, I really want you to ask yourself, what is currently draining my energy, irritating my spirit, or just making me feel claustrophobic overall? And why am I still holding on to it? My journal prompt number 2, when I feel overwhelmed or trapped by reality, how do I act out recklessly? Am I trying to build a true personal freedom, or am I trying to run away from an uncomfortable lesson? And my last and final prompt, if I'm looking at my current boundaries, am I using my emotions and my past wounds as a weapon to stay defensive, or am I actually protecting my peace and my emotional safety? And I need you to be real about about this, okay? Now, with that being said, we're going to move straight into the affirmations, starting with my first affirmation number 1. Now, keeping in mind, I always give y'all a few, but just take one that really sticks out to you, 1 or 2, and just say them over and over again, okay? Now, the first one that I have is, the truth cannot destroy anything that was actually real. I let the illusions burn so I can see what's solid. Now, my second affirmation is, I release what is falling away under this blue moon with 0 guilt, 0 apologies, and 0 second guessing. Now, my last and final affirmation is, my highest freedom is rooted in my emotional alignment. If it compromises my peace, it doesn't get access to my space, okay? And that's that on that. Now, with that being said, Cosmic Cousins, y'all already know, this energy is never meant to make you feel extra heavy. It's just meant to make you feel better or be better, once in a blue moon. I'm just saying, it's giving us a second chance to go ahead and release those big things that we need to release because we all have expansions on the way. Now, Cosmic Cousins, I certainly hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure that you go ahead and drop a like, a comment. Let me know how this moon is affecting your energy. Yes, give me the tea. And with that being said, Cosmic Cousins, I'm out.